This is very important because if you don't understand weapons of ranges, you are being shortchanged or you're shortchanging yourself. For example, we have lower body and upper body. The upper body, the longest weapon you have is your arm. See, the tip of your arm can reach the farthest. So, long range weapon, elbow, anything you have to do with elbow, is a medium range weapon. And then your shoulders are your short range weapon. So that's on the upper body. On the lower body, you have the same three weapons. Longest weapon is your legs, because your legs reach the longest. Your knee is like your elbow, is a medium range weapon. Your hips are your short range weapon, just like your shoulder. You can also bump him. And bumping with the shoulders and hips are very common applications in the Chinese internal arts, quote unquote internal arts, like 八极拳, 太极拳, or 形意拳. Okay, these are all considered internal arts. They use a lot of bumping with the hips and shoulders. Okay, so don't tell me that that's stupid. Okay, right? All right. So an example, we're in a left fighting stance. Okay, and you can see we got some distance. If he wants to strike me with his arms, which is the longest, extend your arm all the way, please. He can't reach me. In order to reach me, he has to step in and touch my chin. A little more. See? Okay, now this is the optimum range for the long range weapons. Well, if I have to deal with that, I have to use my arms to do that. But the easiest way is simply step out of the way. That's what distance control, what I call distancing, is all about. Okay, back up please. So if he steps over here, like he did before, I step away, there's nothing there. But here's the thing. If I know how to control distance, and I know about ranges, I can use the longest weapon on my lower body against his longest weapon on his upper body, and I have the advantage. So back up again. So here's an example, right? So here, I cannot kick him, he cannot punch me. But as soon as in order to punch me, he has to close the gap. As he closes the gap, go ahead. I simply kick him. I don't even care about what he does with his arms, because I know my legs are longer than his arms. How tall are you?
6 foot.
How many? 5'7"? But my legs are still longer than his arms. Well, if you're dealing with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, that's a different thing. Okay, his arms are twice as long as my legs. That's different. Okay, and that's a separate subject, because then you have to cut him down to size. Okay, that's some other subjects. Anyway, so here's a good example of using the longest weapon against the nearest target. I didn't say that, Bruce did. Right? So as he steps in, what is the closest target? His legs, because look, his leg is, see, his arm, right? See, it's more protruding than his arms. So I use the longest weapon against the nearest target. I could do this when he steps through. I can do this. Yeah, I can do that. But why bother if I can just destroy his legs? Because again, it goes back to center of gravity and balance.